Hello friends, I am getting ready to volunteer at my daughter's school. I'm going to be reading The Treasure of Pirate Frank to her kindergarten class, and I am actually very, very excited. As a kid, you guys know I was raised by my grandparents, and I didn't have a mom, and my dad was too busy, I don't know, doing whatever else to be a dad, so I just knew that I was never going to be one of those kids who had their parents at their school doing these type of things, you know what I mean? And so I never even asked, because I knew the answer was going to be no, and it wasn't even going to be like, oh, I'll try. It would just be like, haha, you know the answer is no. Like, he knew, and he knew I knew, and it was like a joke to him. So as a mom, and as a stay-at-home mom, one of my biggest flexes is that I get to be at my kids' school for everything, and I get to be there for everything, and I'm really, really excited and grateful and all the things that I get to be one of these moms that gets to go in and volunteer at my kids' school, and I'm really, really excited about it. On my eyes today is a palette that I don't talk about on my channel, from a brand I don't talk about on my channel, and so I figured, I'm going to do my eyes first, and then I usually cut my videos, well, lately I've been cutting my videos at the face part, because that's when my baby loses her, attention span. I'm nervous, so if I'm stumbling over my words today, it's because I'm nervous. They're kindergartners, but I'm nervous. I'm a very nervous, anxious individual, so the not knowing, having never done it before, where to go and what to do and what it's going to look like and all the things, makes me uneasy, and the closer it gets, the more uneasy I am, but I'm trying to just remember that they're kindergartners and my daughter's in that class, and I'm very comfortable obviously around my daughter, so why should I be anything besides very comfortable in the classroom with kids her age, because I obviously know how to hang out with kindergartners, I have one. So I'm excited, I'm nervous, that's why I'm doing my makeup right now, because I need to take my mind off how anxious I am and think about how fun it's going to be, and really not only just for me, but how amazing is that for her, that she gets to have a stay-at-home mom that she can count on to always be there, because kids need people rooting for them, it's one thing to do all the things, but to look over and see your people there while you do all the things, that's different, and I never got this, so I'm excited to do this for her. Doesn't mean I'm not gonna be anxious about it, but I'm never gonna let her know that. I am obviously very anxious going there, and I'm talking to Sean about it, I'm talking to you guys about it, but when I'm there, I'm gonna act very confident, and even if I feel like crying, I'm going to fake it until I make it. And it's a kid's book. You guys know kids' books are short anyway, so it is what it is. But I figured it'd be fun to take you guys along on the second half of my makeup journey today, where I do my face, because A, I'm using some new products, but B, you guys haven't been around for my face portion for a while, so buckle up, and here we are. I am starting with my Cherry Light from Huda. I already did my skincare portion, so I already did my Be Goldie Bright Drops, my sunscreen. Ooh, actually, I need to go in with my Milk Makeup. This is what is this? This is the Cloud Glow Primer. Those of you that know, I actually don't like this primer for a few reasons, but it isn't a project. I think it's only a One Tree Hill project right now. I spent all day yesterday reorganizing my makeup and refreshing my projects and stuff like that. And I already forgot what I put in there, but I have it written down. I write everything down. I've never been you guys know I'm not techie, but even in college, I was never really techie. I had my notebook, and I physically wrote down everything, and I was the only person that did that. Everybody else had their little MacBooks. And I just didn't want to. I just said, my Cherry Light, did I say that, from Huda? I've really enjoyed this. It's a really good color for me. I'm very pink, but I'm also very, very, very fair. And so I find it hard to find things that are my shade because either they're too yellow or things that are like pink enough for me tend to be too deep. So I typically go with just neutral colored. I'm not a makeup artist. I don't know what I'm talking about. In my mind, it's better to have the right shade, but maybe a different undertone, because you can fix undertones with bronzer. Yeah, this is taking me back a couple days ago. My friend Dion did like what not to do, like how not to apply your makeup kind of thing. And she was showing what not to do, and I was like, that's how I do my eyeshadow every day. I'm like, you're just doing a basic makeup tutorial for me. Obviously, some of the steps she did were like intentionally egregious because it's what you're not supposed to do. But for a while there, I was like, this looks like literally how I do my makeup every day. It was kind of funny though. Like, she wasn't being mean. It was funny. But that's what I was thinking to myself. I'm going in with my Peach Perfect powder. A sponge. And we're going to set Mr. Under Eyes. Okay, I'm starting okay on time. Oops. I just touched my lashes with a sponge. I do like stuff like that all the time. I don't understand how. It's just like I'm always poking myself in the eyeball. I'm always touching my eyelashes. I'm always doing stuff. And I'm like, how did I even manage that? Okay, next I have to go in with my Jones Road the foundation, which I also think is actually in my One Tree Hill project pan. I tried to do a few gimme products because my goals are higher. And it always feels good to be like, oh wow, I met my goal. So even if it's not like a finished product, something about meeting a goal is just so satisfying. So I was like, well, I wanted to use this anyway. So putting this in the project would enable me to have a product in there that I'm not hate panning because I want to use it. But also it'll make me feel like satisfied when I hit the goal, especially if that results in an empty, because I have some products that are in there that are gonna be in it for the long haul. But that's the prompt name, in it for the long haul. So right now, the Ipsy Mega Drop shop, I think, is later this month. Black Friday is also later this month, but you guys know I'm on a no-buy until 2026. So I am not participating in it, and I'm a little, like, not upset, but disappointed, because I do quite like the Mega Drop shops. But I feel like one just happened, and that's what I'm starting to really realize is in the makeup world, there's always another sale happening soon. There's always another sale coming up. And so I found myself this year being like, oh man, like I'm gonna need more of this. And right now it's the 4th of July sale. Right now it's the Labor Day sale. I'm like, right now it's the Mega Drop shop. There's always a sale coming up. So I can skip on the Mega Drop shop. And are there some deals I'm gonna miss out on? Yes. But I did my inventory yesterday, and I saw that I have backups, at least one backup, of every single type of product in my collection. At least one, and some I have a couple. So when I run out, it's going to be time for another sale, and I'm not sure which one, but definitely one, whether it's Martin Luther King sale, whether it's Valentine's sale. I mean, there's always going to be another sale. So I realized that, again, because of course I knew that, but I reminded myself of that and I realized that. By the way, I am using my Hung Van Gogh Single Mother Blush, and it really is that girl. It really is that girl. I have so many blushes. You guys know I really like blushes, but tap, tap. Obviously, I need to blend it, but can you guys see that? Obviously, I'm going to my daughter's school, so I'm trying to tone it down just a little bit. I mean, tone it down, but tap, tap. Compared to how I usually do my makeup. Do you guys see how pretty that is? I was reminding myself that there's always another sale. Oh, my Scott Barnes 67 brush is the light of my life. Oh, look at that. Okay. So if there's anybody else out there that's on a no-buy for the rest of the year, Q4 is hard because Black Friday, all the sales, all the things, it's hard. So if anybody needs a support partner, I volunteer as tribute. I think I'm going to use my glitter pack. Mine is in the shade, I have both. Right now I have Cyber Diamond out. And of course I'm using my Scott Barnes highlighter brush. Tap, tap. Tap, tap. And the more I'm like, yeah, I'm not going to be shopping, the more like true it feels. Like obviously I was already there and I was like determined to go on a no-buy, but the more I say it and the more I just really like let that fact soak in, the more I'm like, yeah, of course I'm not. Like it's fine. Like I don't need to shop. I'd rather have the money in my account than just more stuff on the shelf. Of course, I like stuff on the shelf, don't get me wrong. Like, I like to have makeup to play with. I like to have all the things, like, here accessible, but I didn't need anything. And I don't really want anything either. I like the serotonin boost of new stuff. But I really like using the stuff I have. Like, that's what brings me joy. Seeing my collection get used. Before it has a chance to go bad. That's what brings me joy and happiness. So, yeah, of course I'm not shopping. I'm not shopping now. I'm not shopping again until I, like, need to. And now that I'm actively changing my mindset on that fact, I feel good about it. And I feel ready. And it's liberating. Whoa. What the? I got a piece of lipstick in my mouth. Did you guys see that happen on the camera, or maybe you guys watched that happen and I just didn't notice, but that was gross. That was gross. I'm sorry. That was nasty. But that is it. That is it for today. I just wanted to show you guys my base face because you guys always see my eyes, but you haven't seen my base face and just my base face in a while. But I like it. Very pretty look. So anyway, I am going to get going. I'm going to scoot. I'm going to drink my coffee, and this side looks different. And I'm going to make sure I bring my book, because if I forget my book, that's going to be tragic. I still feel like lipstick's getting in my mouth, and I'm like, that's gross. And I'm going to catch you guys same time, same place tomorrow. Bye.